Welcome back in here on Carolina Women. We're filming today at the Very Zen. It smells amazing in here too. We're at Namaste Spa on Hilton Head, of course. And later in the program, we're going to show off the best of the newest, latest, greatest that they have to get you relaxed. Right now, though, speaking of best, we have a fantastic host that is one of our faves to watch. And Kathryn is here. We're going to flip the tables, turn it on you. How are you?
Oh no, here we go. I'm really well. Nice to see you both. I'm excited to be here. Although I don't know what you're going to ask me, so I'm in a hot seat.
That's the fun of it.
That's right. Said it's hard-hitting journalism today because you normally get to ask the questions. So for our viewers who would like to know, we've been actually doing this with all of our hosts, really getting to know them behind the scenes, a little bit about you. I actually had coffee with you, I guess it's been a few months now, and did a little digging on Kathryn. You have had an amazing career. I want to start there and talk a little bit about your background.
Okay, where do you start? Education, couple degrees, and after grad school, I started in higher education and recognized it was there for a little while, but I ended up falling into the fashion world, and I was in there for about 25 plus years. Simple as modeling, and then that career grew in from runway to print to commercials to walking and talking on camera. So that I was sort of the evolution of that professional life, and then all of a sudden I started hosting some shows.
Yeah.
And then a sidebar is I launched a couple of magazines, and so I had a couple of those going that were print and digital at the same time, and then we sold that and wrote some children's books.
You just listed like so many different dream jobs, and you had them all in one lifetime. That's amazing.
It's so funny because I'm really a science, like I was a biology major, but I seem to have more of this creative world that I like. I like colors. I always see people as an image stylist. Besides anchoring, I also have an international image stylist, career, and so I work with people from all around the world, and I just see colors and I see people and I just see fashion and all those kinds of things. So I don't know.
We were saying, will you dress us, please?
Yeah.
You always look amazing.
Yeah.
We could always do something fun with the station. We can do all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Now that COVID's gone and we can do some fun things.
Yay.
It's great. It's a beautiful thing. Another beautiful thing is you are a mom. I'd love for you to brag on your son for a minute.
Well, thanks. I am a mom. I have a 28-year-old son who just moved from Boston to Austin. So that's pretty funny. I get those kind of mixed up. He was a Brooks Brothers suit kid to now he wears cowboy boots.
There we go.
And he's loving it. And it's just at that age they can go anywhere and do anything. And I think the more experiences that they have, through culture, through anything, international or national, I think it makes everything, gives them more depth for their life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Congrats. It's a blessing to have, a grown son that is, thriving in life and really becoming who he is as a man. So
it is hard. It's not easy out there, parents. I know when I got through the high school years and all that, you get through the social media issues and all the things that are around us that can change the trajectory of a young child or even a teenager. It is scary out there. So as parents, I feel for you. I'm one of them, and we were able to get through all that, though.
Absolutely. And your son actually likes to hang out with you. That's a good thing.
Well, lately he does. He's been pretty good. I think he feels, Mom, you're getting older. I should get to know you a little bit more. No.
And now you have this amazing show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, thank you. That sort of came from what I started here when I arrived on Hilton Head. It's now been 4 years. Moved here from Montreal, and because of my television work, I introduced myself to the station with Latia, and I started to work here and doing some of the sub-hosting for the shows, and started hosting a show, and then doing a lot of the news. But in that time frame, I really kind of was walking the beach one day and said, what do I want to do? I'm not going back to Montreal. I love this coastal life, and living here it was such a different culture for me. I was like, this coastal life is a whole life unto itself. I've been in the Northeast, I've been in cities, I've lived out of the country, but I thought I would like to create a show that talks about it and lets the world see it, because we're so used to seeing cities, or we're so used to seeing all these other things, but even just the Sea Islands, just from from Myrtle Beach right down to Jacksonville, the history is so deep, and we've now created something like 14 episodes, and we've talked a lot about history, like Geechee Gullah to the Harriet Tubman to music, the roasting room. I mean, and the station's been wonderful. So that is really sprung from the feeling of love that I had here on the island and working with the station gave me the confidence to try that out. And so we are now into our second season.
And it's a really fun show. I encourage our viewers to check it out. It's called Coastal with Kathryn. You can watch it right here on this station. And you can also watch archived episodes on WHHI-TV.com. Congrats on all the success. It's a feather in our cap to have you at the station. So thanks for letting us interview you this time. It was fun.
Well, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You bet. We'll be back with more Carolina Women. We hope you'll stick around.